Alright, hey guys, it is a beautiful day outside and it's supposed to rain the next couple of days. So for me, that means get outside and absorb as much sunlight as I possibly can because I love being outside when it's nice weather. It just mentally makes me feel so much better. So I am going to actually grab some BCAAs and then I'm gonna head to the park and show you guys a quick workout that you can do anywhere. And if the weather's nice, I totally suggest doing it outside because there are some massive benefits to working out outside, which I will share with you once we get to a park that's just a few minutes away from my house. So I will see you guys in a second and we'll be going to the park.
Alright, so the main reason that I talk about working out outside, or trying to get outside as much as possible when it's nice and sunny out, is obviously there's a lot of medical science behind sunlight being good for you, vitamin D, all sorts of stuff there, but it's more mentally good for you. See, when we're inside, or we're at our work, or whatever, we have, all the stuff going on at work, then we have our phones, right? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. We get home watching TV, interacting inside the house. But the world is bigger than that. And by just making sure that you go outside for a walk, it kind of reminds you in an unconscious way of how big the world is. That it's not just you going to work. It's not just you taking care of the house. It's not just, Facebook. It's not just Twitter. It's really, really good for you. So when it comes to getting outside, I encourage people to do that as much as possible. It really helps me feel better mentally when I get outside. I feel happier. I feel like stuff matters more. So now, this next piece is basically I am doing a forward lunge followed by a reverse lunge, or lunging backwards, right? And then I'm going to alternate each leg. Now you can see that my hands are above my head, and I'm doing that specifically because I want to make sure that I keep my hips forward during this entire routine. So, hips forward, I keep my arms nice and high, and it allows me to stretch out my abdomen a little bit. It allows me to remind myself to not lean forward. You don't want to be leaning forward over your legs. You want to try and stay nice and tall. So that will allow you to put the pressure in the right spots as far as where the tension is going. And it will also keep you stretched out and give you a nice stretch in the hips. So you can see I am actually doing the other leg now. I'm just doing this from a forward facing position. And just make sure you got a good stance going on, and then boom. There you go. It is very, very good for you. Used to be one of my least favorite things to do for legs. Now it's becoming a little bit more of a favorite thing to do for legs. So really great for you. Hope you guys check that out and do that.
Even if we're strangers till we die.
Alright, this one's pretty simple. Try and keep yourself as tall as possible, keep your chest up, and step up onto a surface. It does not have to be this high, but you do want to step up onto something and keep those legs working.
Alright guys, so that's basically the push-up part of it. So a couple of things I wanted to note on push-ups. Why you see me doing them on the bleachers. Now, mind you, you can do this on a park bench. You can do this, pretty much anywhere, right? So that's one of the things that I love so much about this activity. But when you saw me going with my feet on the ground and my hands up on the bleachers, there's a couple of reasons to do that. One is it makes it a little easier because your body weight is going into the ground more than it is into your chest and your arms and such. So it'll make it a little bit easier if you can't quite do a push-up yet, or you're struggling with getting more than a couple of push-ups out. So that's always a way to do it, and the more that you're inclined, the easier it's going to be. That's exactly why you saw me do the reverse. So when you saw me and I was like this, and my feet were up really high on the bleachers, and my hands were really low, that tilts more of my body weight onto my hands and chest. So it allows me to increase the resistance as I'm doing a push-up, which is really helpful if you can do a lot of push-ups to increase your strength, your overall wellness, and then obviously just get better results. The other thing is there's a couple of big mistakes that people make in push-ups. Most people know about the first one that I'm gonna say, which is like when you do a push-up, like let's say that you're on the ground flat, your body should not, your hips shouldn't sag basically, so your body shouldn't be doing this, right? And another, like, so basically when you're doing a push-up and you see people where their body goes down, or they're just doing this with their shoulders, but they're not actually working their chest because they're not actually coming down. So that's a big challenge that you'll see with just different people doing push-ups. So sagging waist, the other one being that they do them with their shoulder, well, by moving their shoulders in the rotator cuff. Now, the last one that I want to mention is your arm position. So with your arm position in push-ups, it's really, really important to make sure that you're not doing this. Like, see how my arms are flared out right now? If you're doing this and going like this, it puts your rotator cuff and your shoulders in actually a really awkward and dangerous position. And you might have heard, it might have even happened to you, of people having shoulder pain and stuff like that, especially like when they bench press or when they do a push-up. And a lot of that is because of the awkward position that you're putting your rotator cuff in. So the way that I like to teach people to do a bench press or even a push-up, right, is that you really want to think about it like you're almost pushing someone away, like it's a fight, right? You wouldn't ever go like this with someone. You would push them like this. And if you noticed, my elbows were always tucked in and I'm coming down like this and pushing and trying to really think, using my mind to think about my chest muscle, contracting my chest muscle, right? So that's really where the love comes in. And then obviously just try and keep your core tight. So you know, really hold your abs as tight as you can, abdominal strength wise. It's good for you to increase your abdominal strength just naturally while you're doing push-ups. You can really get a little bit of that core workout in too by trying to consciously squeeze those abdominal muscles. So just a couple of tips for push-ups there, and hope that helped. You guys should have just seen the lunges, talked about those, good stuff. And now we're gonna go on to one more thing just for a quick overall park workout that you'll see, and that's gonna be pretty much it. So talk to you guys here in a second after the next activity.
Alright guys, this next one is to work out your back. I'm pulling right about my shoulder plex area, keeping my back tight, keeping my core tight. This is a great way to work out your back, and you can increase the resistance or change the resistance based on how low you are to the ground or how parallel you are to the ground. I could have used the bar to the right that you see. The last one, the last activity, is pull-ups. Now obviously not everyone can do a pull-up, so you can see that this bar specifically is on a kid's playground, so it's low enough to where I could use my legs to assist me if I needed to be able to do more pull-ups. That's one of the great things about using something like that. If you're at home and you have a pull-up bar, you can utilize a chair to assist you and just work up to being able to do a pull-up, which is an awesome way to get there. So hope this video helped you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, let me know what you'd like to see next, because I will be making content based on what you guys send me, so definitely let me know in the comments. And until next time guys, live with passion and don't forget to have fun.